This video is proudly sponsored by Gamersgate. Download games anytime, anywhere. Visit Gamersgate.com.
Welcome to Elder Geeks Elder Speak. Today is Thursday, October 25th, 2012. My name is Randy Asenchak. I'm the editor of ElderGeek.com. In the background today, you're going to be seeing footage from XCOM Enemy Unknown, which I'm actually playing on PC kind of off and on. It's a little bit later on in the game. Hopefully it's not showing off any spoilers or anything along those lines. It shouldn't be showing off any story spoilers. But if you haven't gotten too far in the game, it might actually be showing off some technology spoilers. And I don't really know if that actually counts as a spoiler. But anyway, I'm back. Or at least I'm back for today. I kind of wanted to do this Elder Speak to let you know that I'm not dead, to let you know that Elder Speak itself is not dead, and I don't know, just kind of, fill the void. I don't want to say fill the void, but kind of catch everybody up on everything. I have been ridiculously busy with outside Elder Geek work lately, and I'm finally seeing a slowdown in my workload, which is wonderful because that means I get to focus more time on Elder Geek stuff. The first wave of the holiday releases is officially over. I got out all of the video reviews that I possibly could in the short amount of time that we actually had, and I'm actually ready for the second wave of holiday releases of video reviews, so look forward to those as well. Let me see, what else? Oh, we're also in full swing right now with our charity marathon, our Friday night creature feature charity marathon for Child's Play. Every Friday night in October, we've been playing horror games, and we've been actually streaming them on our Twitch TV channel. People have been able to make donations directly from the Twitch page, or actually from ElderGeek.com itself, and the donations go directly to Child's Play. We've had giveaways from Gamersgate, and it's actually been a really fun time so far. We played a ton of horror games so far, and I believe if you actually go to our Twitch page, you can actually go back and see some of our playthroughs from there. I did a couple of playthroughs of some games, so you can go in and check those out. But I am a little bit sad at how many donations we've actually gotten this year. This is easily our lowest turnout. I don't want to speak too soon because the charity doesn't officially end until the very end of the month, but for how much time has passed so far, we have not collected as many donations as we have in years past. And for that, I'm a little bit sad, but, you know, we'll keep doing these in the future. Maybe it's just an off year. Maybe we should go back to doing the 48-hour or even the 72-hour style marathons instead of the every Friday night kind of thing. But, I don't know. Let me see. What else did I want to talk about? I think that's really it. Let me actually go into some general questions. Sorry if this is ramblomatic or random. No, ramblematic is probably a better way to put it. But I had a question actually come at me from William on our Facebook page. William actually writes, as a Turn of the Millennium PC gamers, how do you feel Dishonored stacks up to Thief and Thief 2? My take was that it was definitely inspired by Thief and Bioshock a great deal, but it still didn't quite capture the tension and the danger that Thief did. What's your take? Oh, and I did watch the video review, he goes on and says, and I didn't feel you guys went into much depth with it for the sake of a fair analysis. Now I want to hear how you really feel. That's kind of funny. The reason why we time the video reviews the way we do, most of the time it's for. I want to say we actually time our video reviews because based on how long people are actually willing to watch a video. To be honest with you, we could make each of our video reviews in some game circumstances 15, 20 minutes long if we wanted to. I mean, we would have to write, you know, a much longer video review in that case, but we would also have to produce a much longer video too. But a lot of people actually stop watching after a point. They want something short and quick. If they want something a little bit longer, then you run the risk of actually kind of these rambling video reviews. And I'm not calling out anybody's names, but the non-scripted video reviews, I guess, is probably the better way to put it. I don't want to say rambling, but the non-scripted video reviews. And we actually really like to do the scripted type video reviews. They just feel more polished to me. I like the finished product of a shorter, scripted, more concise video review that you can actually put out there. But I guess I'm dodging the question. How do I think it stacks up against Thief and Thief 2? I think that it's almost impossible to compare modern games to classic games because in everybody's mind, the classic games are almost always going to be superior to every game that comes out heretofore. compared to the originals. But I do think that Dishonored is a great game. I think it's a wonderful game, and this year it's probably one of my favorite games that's come out. I will be really surprised if it doesn't take home at least one Game of the Year award. I'm trying to think of what else I really wanted to say about it. As far as stealth goes, I think that it actually does a great job at whittling down what probably drove away a lot of players, and that was the speed of actually playing a stealth game. Stealth does not always mean slow and in the shadows. Stealth just means unseen. You can be quick and be unseen, and you can be in the broad daylight, or you could be slow and skulking through the shadows. And I think this is their attempt to kind of take on the moving quick and in the daylight kind of stealth. And I really did like the stealth in Dishonored. I think that if anybody does want to play Dishonored, I do think, and I think I said this in the video review, they need to put the difficulty level up. And in fact, I think if you play Dishonored at all, you've got to put it on the hardest difficulty right away. I think that normal and medium, or whatever the next step is from normal, I think those two are incredibly too easy. But I think they do a really good job. I do think that it's going to win some Game of the Year awards, and I'm happy with it. I don't want to say like, oh, this is better than Thief, and I don't want to say, oh, Thief is better, because I do think there are some things in it that it has done better than Thief, and there's a lot of stuff that I think that Thief has done better than this. But this is trying a whole lot of new things, and it might have bitten off a little bit more than it could chew, but in the end, I really, really like it. I love the fact that in Dishonored, I can find out as much of the backstory as I want to. And in fact, when I did my first playthrough of it, I don't want to call it a cursory glance at the background information of its world. I didn't absorb of it as much of it as I wanted to, because when I went back through and I played it probably my third time or so like that, when the time I actually played it for myself, I found like everything that I could. I found like every book and audio recording and every note, and I listened to like everybody's conversations, and I really took in the entire environment of that world, and I loved it. And I want them to do another one, and I hope that they take as much care into making the next one as they do. In terms of disappointment, and I actually said this in the video review, I was really kind of disappointed by some of the low resolution textures that they used in the game. It's not as dismissible as, say, Darksiders 2, where the graphical style kind of outweighs the necessity to have high-resolution textures. This is the opposite. I thought the high-resolution textures would have definitely helped that art style a great amount. But I guess that's really it. So in sum, I guess my actual opinion, my real, full, in-depth opinion, isn't that far off from the video review. So I try to give you my real, quote-unquote, real opinion in the video reviews. I actually had another question. This question comes up a ton, and it has been coming up, and it almost comes up all the time in the Chivalry review or the War of the Roses review. It's the which one is better. I don't want to answer the question as to which one is better. I don't think one is better than the other. I truly don't. I think that they are absolutely a case of apples and oranges, and it is a matter of which one do you prefer? Which one do you think you would prefer? Do you like quick-paced games that are just kind of hectic and really kind of bombastic and in your face? Then go with Chivalry. Or do you prefer the methodical and more precise type of gameplay? Then I would definitely go with War of the Roses. War of the Roses, I think, has more customization options, but at the same time, Chivalry has better graphics. So, I mean, come on. Apples and oranges, really. One is first person, one is third person. I think it really boils down to which one do you think you really would have a better time playing, and go out and buy that one and play that one. Or better yet, since they're both well under the $50 range, which is the standard price of a normal video game, why not buy both and try them both out? And if that's not really an option for either one of them, holiday sales are coming really soon, and I'm certain that you can probably pick up both of them for under $20 around the holiday time. I will be super surprised if one of those games or both of those games don't go on sale for like $9.99 in the holiday time. So if you're still on the fence, We are almost in November. We're almost in December. Just hold out for a little bit longer. And to be honest with you, that might actually even be a better test of time right there, is to wait just a little bit, see which game people are still playing, and how many people are still playing, seeing if either of the games still have a large, following. Clearly, Chivalry is probably going to be there. I think I saw it recently. It was like the #1 seller on Steam, which is crazy. So there you have it. That's my take. I really don't think one is better than the other. I honestly found myself enjoying both of them equally for completely different reasons. Let me see. What else? Oh, I guess just in final and kind of wrapping up news, everybody's been kind of asking a lot of questions about the 25 games for my son. And like I said, things have kind of slowed down a little bit for me again. I'm not saying that things are slow. Things have slowed down a little bit for me again. And I'm happily drawing more for the next episode, which honestly, my original intent was to almost put one out a month. And based on how many drawings are actually in each episode, especially this first one, that's probably not going to be feasible. But I definitely was not expecting it to take this long to get my first episode out at all. I just literally got slammed with stuff just the moment after I put that introductory video out. And it really stinks, because if I knew that I was going to be as overloaded as I was, I would have totally held on to the introductory video until I actually had the first one produced, and then I would have released the introductory video, and then just a couple of weeks later put out the episode 1 just to see how everybody's reaction was. But I truly thought that I was going to be able to crank out this first video much faster. I'm disappointed that I haven't been able to get out this first video much faster. But anyway, that's it for me today. I'm glad to be back in the saddle again. I keep hopping out and hopping back in the saddle again. But I'm glad to be back, and I can honestly predict that there's probably going to be a lot more videos from me coming soon, whether it's Elder Speak or video reviews or otherwise. I'm super excited that tomorrow we're actually going to be doing Super Castlevania 4 for Game Club, so definitely throw in your comments for that as well. I really can't wait to talk about that game with the guys. Thanks to the people who were actually in the stream with me when I actually streamed my playthrough of Super Castlevania 4, because some things were like muscle memory, and I was just picking up and remembering exactly what to do in certain parts where it was a little scary at some of the stuff that I remembered about that game, and then there was other stuff that I completely forgot that I was glad that people were around to kind of remind me of, like the secret stash just before Dracula, which I had totally forgotten about. I have no idea how I've forgotten about that. And there was also a secret room in the treasure room, which I still can't remember where that is, but one of these days I'll look it up. Maybe my next time I play Super Castlevania 4, I'll look it up. And so anyway, that's that. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, because we've actually got a lot of giveaway keys that we've been doing recently. And if you are excited about 25 games for my son, I've been posting some drawings that I've been doing about that, or for that, on our Facebook page. So you can at least see some of the drawings that are going to be in the next episode of 25 games. And hopefully they're in the still format so that you can actually see how much work goes into each slide, even though they might only appear on screen for all of 3 or 4 seconds or so at most. So that ought to do it. Coming up soon is going to be a video review from Mott's for Hell Yeah. I'm going to be doing a video preview of Primal Carnage, and that ought to do it. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch TV, and all of our other channels, and hopefully I will be talking to you all soon. Take care.